My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2! We're still on the Obsession run. We will be heading into the Fator, and then afterwards our boss fight. I feel middlingly confident. Yeah, middlingly
The
confident.
rancid crop grows unchecked and abhorrent.
I managed to scout a cheeky little hero shrine up there. I can guarantee 3 academics studies. One of them is a Shambler's Altar. Another one is a formless sculpture. Is the final one also a Shambler's Altar? No, it's a caged creature. How much do I want to fight a Shambler? Like, a lot? Like, is it a lot? Is the answer a lot? Feels like the answer might be a lot. I do have Cosmic Fears. And unfortunately, I no longer have Cosmic Slayer in order to balance that out a little bit. Yeah, I think I'd be really good at that fight, actually. The only way I can guarantee getting there is to agree with Victor that we should head over to the right. Destroy our wheels a little bit. Looks like we'll go to the assistance encounter here. I mean, hey, if you offer me the ability to heal my wheel, I'll probably do it.
Look upon their noble struggle and be humbled by it.
Unfortunately, no healing for the wheels, but I can trade away 5 torch for a bunch of consumables. In-item consumables, that is. Oh, I love that everyone knew what was up. We're absolutely gonna go fight that Shambler, aren't we? They've seen this series. They know what's up. You saw a Shambler's Altar? Okay, so I guess we should prepare ourselves for that then. Yes. Well thought. Appropriate.
Analysis is invaluable until it becomes an excuse for inaction.
So I can have a 5 stack of Bear Trap, but also I could use Crow's Feet instead, which would have the ability to hit the entire enemy party at the same time, so I would have the ability to start debuffing the whatchamacallits. One sec, let me just open up all of this to make sure that I'm not making an awful mistake. I don't really need the ability to blind this boss specifically, but medicinal herbs could help over the top of bandages instead. The torch will be really low in this area, in case that's important for any of my trinkets, not in the moment. Yeah, in general, I don't think I need to change anything, because I've got to keep the smoke bombs for the Exemplar. Yeah, no, this is right. This is right. So Victor takes the fight. Oh, Victor is the only person who's capable of leading us into the fight and might get a quirk about it. We got Cosmic Slayer, we got Lost in Space. Cosmic Slayer, I hope didn't throw away Resilient. Oh, the enemies are hail. That increases their resistances to TOTs. That's really not what I wanted to see. I've got so many bleed things. I think I throw this to just try and get rid of the dodge. Or, you know, stack a debuff on the enemy. That's worth a while as well. Oh, giant crit.
Dissection. An unavoidable end.
Gotta move you forward. So combo and weakness on the Shambler seems appropriate too. Also burnt him. There's your undulating withdrawal. Unfortunately, I'm immobilized up here in the back line, so I can't use hold the line multiple times. I can, however, bellow and then hold the line, hopefully early in the next round. Punish here would have the ability to hit the Shambler in the back line. A crit as well. Perfect. Let's set up additional vulnerability and a damage token for Victor. Targeting this middle. Excellent. I can use hold the line to rectify party positioning as much as is possible right now. Here's a perfect position for Crow's Feet. I hope that it gets the second trigger of bleed on the middle Shambler. It did!
Strategy.
Excellent.
Press on.
So... Oh, no, wait, hang on. That unit hasn't moved yet, so it's actually going to die. Dang. Oh well. I was hoping to try and set up a situation where the Shamblers were going to be out of sync with one another, so one of them was going to die immediately after the resummon of two. But, yeah, that didn't really happen. I think weakening curse here would be totally appropriate. Unfortunately, the Shambler can't be stunned. So the Rampart follow-up wouldn't really be helpful. So probably one of the most impactful things I can do there. Do kind of like the idea of stand fast, but... Actually, you know what? It's defend the Jester. I don't want the Jester taking Clapper Claw hits. Do I throw another Crow's Feet now? I don't think I need to. I think I'm so far ahead of the combat. That all I need to do is continue living. Really feast. Never seen that move before.
What can we learn upon closer inspection?
It can only happen from the enemy's front two. Interesting. Okay, so I can remove the blindness on someone. I can also start trying to endure some of this stress off of people, which would be nice. I mean, realistically, I don't think I'm going to be this fight long enough for Victor to actually move to a useful position and do something useful from that useful position. So I'm going to use the Milk Soak to try and take some stress away from the party. What the heck? What? What moved me forward that way? Oh, lost in space. When stress damaged, shuffle 30% of the time, remove a positive token 30% of the time, and stealth 25% of the time. Interestingly, that moved me into a position where I got to take a hit and immediately move myself back out. That was basically as good as it could have gone. I'd really like to push this. Nice. Remove the bleed on myself. Should I go for the Demon's Ball? Prevents another action from that Shambler's Tentacle, sure. Okay. Do I have a unit that is in position to actually be able to contribute to the damage? There we go. Good. That's it. That's all I needed. I just wanted them to be on death's door. I'm gonna go for the stress removal rather than attempting to hit the death door. No DOT there, thankfully, so I will actually have the opportunity to heal myself for 6.
Is a rare and wonderful thing.
Oh, Acid Rain heals Willow for 10. Love to see that. Let's use a healing salve to keep our cultist around. I'm gonna bellow at the tentacle and try and lower its speed to any reasonable degree so that I might be able to actually prevent its actions. I mean, both of those moves are virtually indistinct at this point in time, except one of them heals a member of my team. Oh, thank heck for the miss. Alright. You know what? Follow up on the action, see if you can get anything out of that. You do not. Instead, we get out of the fight, we get our 2 mastery, and we get 100 flame. We also get ethereal dust, clearing all skill cooldowns and hierarchy of sights. Don't really care about that. Don't care about the other trinket. Honestly, most of all there, I care about getting the 2 mastery.
Abates.
Which, oof. Bit of an oof moment for that to be the thing I care the most about there. Let's get a glimmer of hope. Despite the full torch I have at the moment, I don't think I'll have that forever. Yeah, it contributes extra damage, it's just that's also not a thing we want or need. Yeah, I think everyone's holding the right things. I guess I can probably... Yeah, I guess I can probably drop the milk-soaked laden and the medicinal herbs there for anti-venom and bandages. Things that I'm very likely to go through so that I can just put other things there instead. Oblivion's Ingress. Ooh, Ballad. You have the worst relationships, and you have the best modifier here, blinding the enemies. Infectious enemies, so they are going to do extra duration on their DOTs against us. Thankfully, they're all blinded on round 1. I hope they don't get that many DOTs as a result. Never mind. Without a crit, that's a 5-round DOT. Oof. Oh, there's the bellow, I guess. It's gotta be bellow. Remove the blindness from him as well. Yeah, it's gotta be bellow. No crit token. I'm gonna use bandage early.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
got a lot of combos set up on the enemies from these. Demon's Pull to try and pull the Herald out of position. No, I have the damage token. I should really go with the Abyssal Artillery. Which is just not enough to take out the Herald. However... Oh, never mind. Unfortunately, with a Taunt on the field, I'm not able to finish off that task. Bone Weaving was not application of... Never mind. That Bone Weaving was application of regen? I think is called something else, but every time I see Bone Weaving, I'm assuming...
Emboldened.
It's Flesh Weaving. Flesh Weaving is the other one. Wow.
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
That said, they're both dead to that. Let's try and get a stun here. We get a stun and a push out of position. That's as good as it gets. Time to slice off for the damage on that target. Nocturne's Commune, I love it when they prepare themselves.
On to the next.
Weakening Curse. Remove that crit, thank you. How dare you? I think I'm gonna go for the 14 to 28 solo here. Never mind, it was a 42 with the crit. Feels like it only makes sense to roll the bandages on myself and endure some stress. When the battlefield is this controlled. Yeah, just yell at him. Oh, I had regen. Forgot about that. I did forget about the regen.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
$60. 65 was the maximum heal then. So we healed for 64 without a crit. That'll do it.
An invariable result.
A lot of time to recover from the previous fight here. Definitely appreciate it. There we go. We'll remove all of the corpses from the field. So there's just one target here, simplifying everything. Nice.
Greater threats await those who dare.
Annoyingly, Sickening Silence is something I actually would like to keep. So rudely, I'm gonna have to free up a bunch of space for it. Gain on miss, gain when hit. Neither of those are gonna be excellent for us at almost any point. Protectorate's gonna be difficult to use. Ballade, theoretically, would hold it instead of the Enlightening Element. But also, if I give you enough speed, maybe you want that. Lost in Space is pretty problematic as well for giving the character who intends to taunt stealth. I'd like more versatile recovery tool in this slot, just so that I use it and can mill through the rest of my items.
Variables, but do it quickly.
The right path here is loathing into loathing. But then it goes into the lair. The lair would not be difficult at all for me. And then I could go to a academics and then leave out from there. Okay. That'll work then. Ooh, apples and cheese. I think that means I'm going to be, yep, all stacked up on items again. I don't see Fishmonger's gloves staying with us.
Is the flickering torch you bear.
It would like almost get the real big benefit of it is that it with the plus 33% resistance piercing for bleed, it basically guarantees that we will hit every single one of our bleeds. Maybe it is better than the Heartseeker. If it is, it's still better than it later rather than now. Alright, what else can I'm getting rid of the Dark Impulse for burning, obviously. It doesn't make any sense to hold that. 50% extra damage on wounding words, I can get rid of that too. Selfish motivation, I'm pretty close to getting rid of as well, but just for the possibility that a new party member comes in. Oh, but that's even more situational for a new party member because they won't have access to their different hero paths that often influence how good they are at holding debuffs and keeping debuffs on themselves.
Giving into madness is easier than holding out against it. They are heroes.
Alright, let's repair the wagon a bit. Getting some armor and some wheels. Oh wow.
Loathing festers.
I could have sworn we were only going to get one armor and one wheels, but I think we got two armor there. Heading across to the lair. Actually noting that the lair is what's coming up for us. Do I want to alter our abilities at all? Do I want to alter what we're holding? Bear Trap have the ability to lock an enemy in position? Other than that, I think the rest of these are good tools. Bladed Powders I can also drop happily without really worrying that that's gonna bite me on the butt because the Sprawl is not the location I am currently in, and it's not my next location either. So we'll try and manage Victor's stress a lot before we even get into the lair fight itself.
The landowner's manor. Do you hear the child's cries?
That riposte is going to be very easy to deal with. I'm going to pull the maid out of position with Demon's Ball.
Steady yourself.
Battering Ram
In
comes
crisis,
out.
We can rely only upon each other.
I'm going to use the Glimmer of Hope to pump the torch up to a full 100 here, so that I get the 10% chance for blinding enemies each round over the course of this entire fight. That is to say, the entire lair. Combo helps us guarantee that blight.
An unavoidable end.
And if I want to get into position to actually be able to do things in the next round, I'm going to have to use Razor's Wit. Oh, but that plus the... Nope, it's just short of enough.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
There we go. That'll finish him off. the lowest possible damage I could have dealt there. Annoying. Wait, hang on. I also managed to hit my burn on them. That's enough. Woo! Got him.
Empowered, emboldened.
Yell at you so I can try and buy as much time as possible here. Punish, they resist the blight though. There we go, managed to completely stun the enemy as well. Adding another daze on top of the daze they already had. Yeah, this makes more sense. Don't think there's any more positive relationship really to be garnered out of anything. Oh. Hello, friends. Please don't move. Thank you. Much appreciated, because you see, Harvest is so efficient if I can use it when, now? When the time is now? Let's hit more on Victor, draw the attacks in. And set up a vulnerability and weakness on the back line. Keep myself more comfortable. As good as Harvest is right now, Inspiring Tune is also really good. Anyway, I'll use Harvest.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
By moving the units as I did, they were capable of being fully vulnerable to Harvest, and now fully vulnerable to Sky Slaps. Whereas without the Rampart push between, I would have only been able to hit the Lord by itself with this Sky Slap. Nice blinding. Did not manage to blight the target, admittedly, but I have full health-ish. All I could really ask for. Okay, so the Lord is going down to Death's Door this round. And... beautiful. The Beast of Burden is going to die. Solid crit on a corpse. It has de-stressed the party. Yeah, I don't think it really makes sense for anyone else to complete that fight.
Overcome even the greatest of threats.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so Greater Wolf's Blood for +6 speed just by base. There's also the Bumper Crop, +50% max HP, -50% to death blow resistance. Legitimately, I think that might be significantly better for us in the final fight. Another Spike Ball, Coming Incense, what? Table Loom. Realistically, let's look at these other ones. Curing Cuppa. It's the Burning Trinket, but it's Blight instead of Burning, which would make it better for the sake of Sepsis. And then Kitchen Knives. If target has Blight, +15% chance to crit them. On crit, heal 2. Gain on Blight Resist, an extra action 20% of the time. The thing is, we're not going to be resisting Blight almost ever. If we had the Oozes on our Flagellant, they'd have a disease, and then I'd want to use the disease kit instead rather than kitchen knives. Anyway, I'm doing the fight anyway just for the resources. And bragging rights. Resources and bragging rights. Bragging rights is a resource as far as I'm concerned.
The child is a ravenous avatar of degeneracy.
Legitimately, because you can totally expend it. Harvest Child. I can weaken you. I can set up a combo on you. Oh, I can weaken you and set up a combo on you. Love that. Yep. Didn't manage to weaken. Excuse me. I need to set up another mute button for myself. De-stress by eating a little bit of meat there. Oh no, Hold the Line's not going to be able to try and stun from here. Annoyingly. But it does rectify my positioning, so... Hold the line, I'll also immobilize myself, which is going to make the future a bit easier for us. I'm going to bear trap the Harvest Child in the back line, immobilize your movement there so you can't move forward and start using the Maws of Life. And then I'm just going to hit you directly with a Harvest. Set up some vulnerability as well as some bleed. Tantalizing Tidbit does not manage to move the enemy. Sapid Drippings against our backline does. This is exactly what I wanted. So with the debuff resistance... Second here. Hilarious. With the debuff resistance of our frontliner and the fact that they are immobilized in that position, Victor cannot fulfill the hunger that overwhelms all reason. And because of that, is capable of taking a turn here where otherwise they would not. Sure, I could use more. But... I'm about to give this enemy another blight token, sorry, another vulnerability token anyway. I don't want to immobilize the Harvest Child there and just let them have 2 takes. Ooh, that's sad. I could pop a Finale for a bunch of damage. Realistically, a large amount of that is thinking about trying to get Willow out of this position where the Maws of Life is going to be awful. Worth it. I feel like Stand Fast seems appropriate when I'm definitely going to be in the front position for the upcoming harshness. So pop the anti-venom.
Of trust.
And I'm going to manually move Ballard all the way to the back, rectifying the full party positioning as well as revealing our highest health unit to the Maws of Life. Okay. Let's set up the combo and weaken. That'll do then. And more burn. Superb and deadly, says Tristan, correctly. Ooh. Harvest Child actually resisted our debuff, which would have been like a 5% chance for it to do. Well done. More, I could try and force the attack. So, Harvest Child, when you move forward, Tantalizing Tidbit... and then Tantalizing Tidbit. So you probably go Sapid Drippings right now and then Tantalizing Tidbit, but because you have the ability to, you'd probably go Tantalizing Tidbit 2 times if I used more. Alternatively, I can try and blight you for a bunch right now. I don't really like that blight. I'm gonna go more. If they can use Tantalizing Tidbit 2 turns in a row, that is, because otherwise they're gonna get to middle and then use Sapper Drippings for both of the backlines. Hey, they can use it 2 times in a row. Love it. Thank you for all of the extra health. I could Razor's Whip my way forward right now. It's important. Hey, max damage. Sets us up for the ability to actually use one of our bleeds against the enemy this round. Definitely keep him vulnerable.
Collaboration confers advantage.
This proposes a chance to stun them, and it does! Ooh, steal in action. Love that. It has Deathblow resist. So yeah, I think I've got enough more rounds to roll Slice off here comfortably. Continue with another punish. And then roll the final next round. I guess the final, in the way I'm concerning it, is the inspiring tune.
Malaise, measured
Ooh,
and steady.
that's a good days. A little bit of de-stress as well there. Love to see that inspiring tune to continue the trend. All it takes is a mouth-watering aroma to overwhelm us.
Cooperation is the key.
How dare you survive? I mean, if you only inflict 1 stress for the sake of it, hardly makes a difference.
So unpleasant in the extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
So my current is additional stacking of combat items. Never going to be taking the work table loom out with me. I really don't think I'm going to be taking the selfish motivation, nor the sickening silence, to be entirely frank with you. Kitchen knives, very difficult also. Because Victor's using the misstep for the sake of all the extra health, so that, you know, heal 10% is actually worth a ridiculous amount. Same for sepsis. Also, specifically, it's in the final fight going to be about more, which is going to heal us for 15% every single time an enemy has hit us in the round. Greater Wolf's Blood, though. I can get a dodge token on the Occultist every round. I just have to drop the Sparkle Ball for it. Admittedly, I'd probably give that Sparkle Ball then to Willow instead. It's just... No, it's only cursing skills that have 10% piercing resistance. Okay. I like that. I can't see a world where I end up getting to use Curing Cuppa comfortably. I want to immediately throw it away, it's just difficult. I'm currently making crow's feet, so removing a stack of those doesn't make any kind of sense to me. I might just immediately then start another stack afterwards and be pretty sad about what I just did. You know what? The fact that it's possible I get diseased. Like 55 on the resistance. I would take it over the top of the other one if I got it. Fine. I'll throw the bleed. Fisherman's gloves. I'll throw that too. Heartseeker is going to be difficult to throw. Greater Protectorate's difficult to throw away at the moment as well. Both of them feel like they could be very useful in the final fight. I'm actually going to throw a whiskey bottle away. Our relationships are already pretty good. Meditative. Do I have a negative that's desperately worth removing? I mean, slow-handed, but I can't target that. Lost in space, definitely. So, I should probably keep the ability to possibly remove a negative curse like that. Milksoak Linen. Admittedly, this is, like, it's useful, but I'm probably not going to use it. Throw that away. And... I'm going to get rid of the Greater Protectorate. I don't like that. I don't. It's not good, but I did need to do it a little bit, so...
Up
Oh
ahead,
well.
the seat of our regrettable research. Righteous and decadent, the landowners and peasants alike descended into an orgy of consumption.
It's a second apples and cheese for us. Yeah. Annoying. If I want to prevent the urchin from being able to do anything, I don't want to pull it out of line with the demon's pull. But otherwise, pulling it out of line with the demon's pull would be sick.
Let us take a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
Had I been able to pull it out of line, I would have then been able to use Harvest much more effectively there. But I would have lost the ability to target with
Any being, however horrid, can be brought to heel.
Acid Rain and then possibly Sky Slaps next round, or Acid Rain even next round, before the enemy itself acts. And in doing so, getting to prevent it. It'd look a lot like this. Like, very similar. Almost exactly the same. Sparkle Ball, so good! I'm happy to do something like that, considering how simple the rest of this fight ought to be. If I move forward 2, I could move the Jester back to be able to actually utilize it. Or... I could just attack. Set up a solo, and then pay off that solo. More. Why don't you hit me? Oh wow, we actually managed to stun an enemy. Hopefully they survive.
The
Never mind.
unrelenting application of violence yields morbid gains. Let's use Acid Rain to heal Willow as well as ourselves. Collaboration confers advantage.
Dang. I didn't desperately want to kill there, but unfortunately Willow was going to delay their action until after
Unpleasant in the extreme.
the enemy died to their
This
DOT.
work is noble.
Unless I
necessary.
just didn't touch them entirely for the entire round, and I felt like that was going to be worse. Oh well.
A place of research and inquiry. A monument to a once prestigious career.
Victor, you've got so... Between... Admittedly, it's mostly Lost in Space, but... Victor, you've got so many negatives that if you get a negative here and it replaces one of your negatives, I'll be pretty happy about that, actually. Oh, you just got a very, very good aggressive item. How dare you? Alright, fine. I'll throw away the lamps. Also the adrenaline tonic for healing mid-fight, which, I mean, I do want to keep my anti-venom, but not more than I want to free up spaces.
Myriad options require careful deliberation.
As much as I desperately want to go to the Hero Shrine, it feels like I might be denying myself a Hero Shrine, as well as the reward for completing the area. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's take this left. Satisfy Victor. Stress Willow out a little, but that's okay. You have a lot of tolerance for it at the moment, what with the whole no stress.
The lost souls of a dying world, empty of hope and humanity.
Yeah. We're doing this classical style.
Cooperation is the key.
Big chomp, buddy. Taking on the backline is actually going to be a little bit harder than I wanted it to be here. Oh, horror as well. Kind of wish the inspiring tune was upgraded at this point. That's it. I might be able to get multiple of them over the course of this fight. Love the double death blow. I know I'm going to be using Defender, because I don't think... Oh, I have completed the hero goal. I was about to say, I don't think I'm going to be using Defender 2 times on a single target until the very final fight, but evidently I was wrong about that.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
There we go, now only one of them gets to act. 25% chance to hit, it manages. Just gonna quickly get rid of all of those tombstones. Rampart the enemy to move as late as is humanly possible for him. Okay, Occultist, you do have the highest speed in this party, right? So here's the goal. Occultist moves forward to move the Jester back. And the Jester removes the Strester. Help the rest of us win. God. I think I am going to be stalling for a round here, like officially stalling for a round in a way that I really didn't want to be doing, but there we go. Cost us 10 torch. Well, got there in the end.
Another impediment. Cleared with impunity.
Yeah.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
I could see Dead Ringer being real great, a hot pickup at the start of a run, but at this point, not so much. I'm also going to drop the curing cover. Kitchen knives, you're on thin ice. Hero Shrine. Hero Shrine. Towering Feast instead. What about the next one, though? Maybe that could be a Hero Shrine for us. Unfortunately, there will be a disagreement here. Ballard and Tristan. Oh, wow. Well. No matter who it was, they were only going to remove 2 relationship with Ballard. There was no gaining relationship there, unfortunately. No, do not pull out of position. I put them there for a reason, I swear. No, I was really hoping it was going to swap the position of those 2. Oh, there we go. I now have access to Acid Rain again. Yay! Better to remove the
Victory supposes strategy. Press on.
It seems too appropriate to harvest. Inescapably good. Oh my god, I really did not expect to crit the back line and actually kill them, and then do enough damage to kill the first line with the bleed as well.
Advantage.
Oh. Oh no. Black Phillip. I need to focus on you for a bit. I'm gonna use more. Black Phillip gets to act 2 times in a round is the big thing. I'm gonna solo the frontline livestock. Nice. There were a lot of ways there we could have possibly killed with that. It rectifies the positioning a little bit for us. Let's set up the double weaken. Ooh, nope. We'll just set up a combo target on them. No double weaken. Oh, never mind. Thank you for pulling him back into position. Can I stun? Oh, yeah. That's a stun, baby. Acid Rain for some more damage on the enemies, and then a huge heal myself. Grand.
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
I'll be dropping those again. Did I expend anything there? No. Geez, calming sensor. Calming sensor I could totally see being useful. They're all school cooldowns. Not super gonna be relevant for the upcoming. I mean, realistically, we're what? Three areas away from the Templar? Okay, I'm gonna stop preparing for the Templar right now. Which was what I was otherwise clearly planning to do. Take the left here as a safe opening and then a barricade at the end. I'd prefer that to picking up an Oblivion tier that I don't have any guarantee to actually be able to remove. I need to stop running over things until I've discarded another thing from my inventory as well.
Your collection can wait. Press onward.
How dare you? Oh. Alright. No more kitchen knives. No more Heartseeker. I would have preferred to make other decisions, but those were fine. A towering feast. Oh, no. Why are you all such cowards? There's a few relics to save on bloodshed. You know what? Victor! Say that. We'll leave. I don't have any Oblivion to clear by doing that. I could have gotten things from the fight, theoretically, like loot. I wouldn't have gotten positive reactions between party members.
Humanity,
I didn't have stress to heal.
by hopelessness.
I don't know, I just feel like if any of them will actually harm me more by, or rather, sorry, if I will ever have outside of combat difficulty where I'm trying to avoid the fight because I don't think I can win it, I'm just judging the relationship triggers against the possibility of the benefits from the loot of the fight, as well as the relationship triggers in the fight, as well as the stress healing from the fight. And it felt like 4 relationship hits there was too much. Yump. Oh, big crit. But it'll still barely do anything to the enemy. Because I don't do damage. I do health. It seems appropriate to bellow when I know my follow-up move is going to kill one of them. Nice.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Even without the Greater Heartseeker, we can't stop critting.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Let me just quickly go down here and throw away the Bouncer's Belt before we move onwards. So we've got apples and cheese for almost everyone in the party. Only need one more for a full course meal. I'm glad I didn't throw away the earlier crow's feet, because there's more for crow's feet stacking. Willow says could be something useful nearby. Yeah. Thanatomaniac you've become. And also a pustule salve. Oh, that's actually really good. It's a combat item for removal of all DOTs and healing of
Your coach is
25%.
laden. You can carry no more.
Thankfully, those do stack. And I could actually have all of those on one person if I maintain my my current trophy instead of taking Bumper Crop into the final fight. Ooh, Thunderclap. I should definitely use Thunderclap in the upcoming Exemplar fight. As for Otherworldly Fragment, I feel like that's so much more useful than like Incendiary Cocktail or Ichabomb. I'm gonna throw the Calming Incense. Is it useful? Yes. But I think it's easier for me to account for the lack of it than it is for me to account for the possible lack of anything else that I might need that I'm currently holding. Oh boy, here's the Exemplar. Is there anything I need to change about my tagged abilities for the sake of the exemplar here. Not that I can think of. Let's go in. Hey, buddy.
Loathing made manifest.
So here's the thing, right? I do want to deal with the altar if I can. With only one attack before the altar acts this round, I don't think I have enough damage straight up for it. Because even if I blight the best I can blight, I'm blighting for... Ooh, no, hang on. We have the cocktails we can throw. Yeah. Okay, now I think I probably can. I'm going to pull you out of position.
Malaise.
We managed to hit a burn at the same time.
Steady.
Great. So I can firebomb to try and add additional burn there. I can use punish to get through your big price of pride. It's prelude. Annoying. But now I'm in position to be able to use finale though. And that also moves us to the back, which is where I need to be. No! Yeah, big problem. If the altar acts at the end of the round, it will already have been eaten by the exemplar before it triggers its DOTs. Which means I need to try and stun. Oh my god, literally, it's gonna have 1 health and it'll live? No, it won't. The Abyssal Artillery can hit both. Thank heck. Oh boy! Oh, that matters so much! Literally just stretching out right now. Alright. Throw a firebomb. Got resisted. Whatever. It basically does not matter. More. Yep. Why not hit me? Have you considered hitting me instead, though? Rapturous me, dear. Bellow needs to be saved for when Riposte is set up from Exemplar. Stand Fast seems appropriate right now, but the enemy does have Taunt. Or rather, I have Taunt. I'm gonna roll Defender on the character that has Taunt, actually. Yeah, so the Prelude will target the wrong person here, and it'll set up a combo on them, and I want to use Stand Fast this turn anyway. Throw a Spike Ball. But if I use Razor's Wit, I'm going to move myself into a position where I now need to be defended. I'm going to have to risk it. So the Exemplar gets the next move. I'd like that move not to kill me.
This road cannot be walked alone.
However, I will throw some extra weakens on just in case. There's the fall, 19. Didn't get us to Death's Door, but it did clear the combo trigger on us. Stand Fast clears the next combo trigger. Victor, you really need to stop running away from the fight, buddy. You have this whole, like, pain thing that was gonna be really good. Oh well.
Perhaps they have given their last.
Don't you dare. Alright. They didn't dare just that once. Great.
Fellowship forged through toil.
So some vulnerability on you, as well as some damage for Victor. First things first, I gotta roll Defender on the person who will die. Without it. I'm lost in space at the start of this turn, so I gain stealth as a result. The enemy does have worship now, so they are going to be summoning something relatively soon, so I need to be ready to take that out. I also need to be doing actual damage to the boss as well.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
That's a lot of bleed. Very solid weird reconstruction. Extremely happy to see it. More. Try and force the targeting. And really feels like I should probably just rampart right now. Managed to daze them. I do feel an inspiring tune would even be appropriate. I'm gonna throw the ball. Ooh, extra blind for the target. Great. And I'm gonna inspire some stress off of our big tauntsman. Oh, double miss that round. Love to see it. One player's weakening the enemy, which I think I should probably go with. It's gonna be harder to blind them. Really? You tried to prelude our backline target? Oh, you dummy. You absolute dummy. Prelude gets diverted. And now we're much more within the realm. Oh, even with that daze, great. We're much more in the realm of
and wanes.
how can I best save face near the end of this fight? 1! I healed for 1 and got 1 stress recovery out of it. Why? Let's remove some stress there, and then there. Enemies dazed. And we'll kill you to prevent any more stress. Oh, also the damage, I guess, prevents that too. It's cruel intent, can't use that. Dark Impulse, can't use that. Heartseeker's back. Dark Impulse out. Cruel intent out. Heartseeker out. Almost certainly Sickening Silence out as well, right? Yeah, I don't even have time to get a disease. I don't have time to find Ben Lee, first of all. And then the contagion itself is going to take some period of time. Alright, I feel like we're pretty well equipped. As well equipped as I think we can possibly be, maybe.
Places such as this.
We're getting good ones!
Still gathers.
Ballard got plus 15% crit. There's Bon Voyant. There's Rummager. Tristan is hard-skinned. This all sounds great. Region goal is for some more candles. I've kept resilient, despite many changes. Hard-skinned is on the person who probably appreciates it the most, and deadly on Ballard is not half bad at all. Okay, for our in items, let's very quickly check there's not a better food that I'd prefer.
But fairly priced.
I don't think I would prefer that, though. Oh! Erudite will prevent insults. Thankfully, Victor is brain dead. That's where the blight ate first, you see. Okay, so de-stress and remove negative quirk. Didn't remove the negative quirk, shamefully. Let's give armor repair kit to Victor. I also need you to be fast enough to taunt. And Tristan being fast enough to guard would also be pretty good. None of the stagecoach items make any kind of sense. Which is a shame, because one of my stagecoach items also doesn't really make any sense going into the next area. The Almanac Fatal.
In the equation of your fate.
We could pick up some more crow's feet, which, like, for the opening of the fight, crow's feet would be pretty good, actually. Smoke bomb with the ability to No! No. I believe smoke bomb doesn't actually manage to prevent the eyes from seeing you. Some part of my brain is telling me, no, actually, they don't care if they're blinded, literally at all. Thank you, that part of my brain. Assuming you're right, if you are... Obviously, some creative insults for the Taunter seem good. You've become erudite as a result. I guess, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think crow's feet. And then just rolling that every round in the opening of the fight might be the best. There's no skill cooldowns that I super... Well, actually, there are skill cooldowns I super care about in more. Maybe that's it. I just need to be able to taunt turn after turn after turn after turn at the very end of the fight. The problem is, like, before that. Obviously, Shimmering Powder for the Occultists. We solved that early on. I don't have any additional Shimmering Powder to throw in here. Take 2 additional Crow's Feet to throw on Willow. Clearing skill cooldown seems important. I'll probably use the Thunderclap Grenades in the lead up to the final area, because I don't want to shuffle the final party. Trust yourself. Going to Wainwright, do I want to swap the increased combat stacking? So currently, am I taking advantage of that? No. I'm almost not taking advantage of that at all. Hostile Salve would take some advantage of it, though. I think extra HP is more impactful here. I think the lower death blow resistance is not going to come into play if I use that HP appropriately.
Your academic instincts serve you well.
So rectification of party positioning via hold the line. You know? Courageous ambition. Could I see a world in which I tag this on just to have... Defender in the final fight's important. Stand fast in the final fight's important. Rampart in the final fight is... probably not important. Bellow... theoretically could be important. I don't think the enemies change our party positioning. But if they do, hold the line is important, so... hard. Sepsis. I mean... just don't feel like sepsis triggers often enough to really justify it. Willow up finale, raises wit. Inspiring tune even, all of those are totally appropriate and comfortable. Take the Abyssal Artillery up. Not against the Vulnerability Hex either. Let's go Punish and Vulnerability Hex. Okay, heading back to in items. I know that the foodstuffs are fine, so chomp, 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 chomp. Victor definitely needs to be the fastest. Although now you are nervous. Oh, but that gave you extra speed, actually, so... not that bad. Tristan, you also do want to have some speed. But the Clenching Claws want you to be slow. But you do want to be able to taunt appropriately as well. I don't want the crit tokens, that would be awful for us. I mean, being able to prevent the possible stun on either of our frontliners I think would be very impactful, so we'll take 2 clarifying poultices. Take some dartboards as well. Stress recovery as well as some friendship. And some crit, even, for both Tristan and Victor. How are the rest of our relationships in the party? So we've got a 19. We've got 2 19s. So if I buy 2 whiskey, that's enough. Everyone has perfect 20s with one another. So that is Tristan with Victor and Ballard. Tristan with Victor and Tristan with Ballard. Excellent. I could probably remove the rest of this stress without much difficulty. Ballard, you have such good positives that I don't want to try and remove any of them. Same for Victor. Same for Tristan. So we can still get value out of restorative herbs, I guess. And actually, that's huge if it's on Victor, who's going to be healing constantly. Ideally, at least. Stealth is not a buff. Can't be stolen. I'll give that to Willow. I'm thinking about things like Healing Soul, but that's really what pustules are for. I think I'm done. I don't think I can get additional useful benefit out of Almost any of these. All right.
The inevitable end of your journey awaits you once again.
Okay, this is gonna be another like 2-hour episode. I can't keep doing this though. Recently I've been trying to include 2 acts into a single video.
The climb is treacherous, the air thin, but you will endure it.
Trying to complete a full run in 3 videos. It's not an especially sustainable pace because effectively it's almost a full day's worth of recording in 5 to 6 hours ish with breaks or plus breaks to make 3 videos, and that's if I don't run any other series at the same time. With the speed things are currently resolving,
a bond to be counted on.
it's just not extremely sustainable if I would like to do anything else on the channel.
The hopeful.
I might end up moving to something like 1 Darkest Dungeon run a week and then just 3 days out of the week have Darkest Dungeon episodes. I'm not certain. Just programmer's note, while I am at the moment more than happy, I guess, to go up to 1.5 hours to 2, that is gonna have to stop at some point. Either I have to make the videos shorter or release them less commonly.
Temple of failure and regret.
It is a tough schedule at the moment. Alright. Still very comfortable with the entire party. Do I want to... I mean, because I know that Victor is going to be keeping the skill cooldown stuff. Yeah. I know I'm going to be keeping the skill cooldown stuff for a while, until the final fight, so I may as well give Victor something they can't actually use in the meantime. Same with Ballard. There we go.
Reality comes asunder before our eyes.
And Tristan, of course, is much more than comfortable to lead us into this battle with some block tokens for everyone. Flesh wolves. I kind of want to try and pull the Herald out of position. And then hit them with a Blight next turn. Sure. Not only do I get to pull them out of position and hit them with Blight next turn, this should also pretty much guarantee that they have to use a... There we go. A less than super powerful attack in order to try and reposition themselves. I'll bellow at these enemies. Because I still have the ability to remove a crit token with the weakening, which is, I guess, what I'm going to be doing now.
Stupendous.
Love that. Let's endure that stress. Become lost in space as a result, so I'm moving. Hit the rampart for a daze. Follow up the weakening curse to remove that crit token, as well as apply some weakens and a combo. And then we can return to just trying to slice off the deacon individually. Oh, glad we did as well, because we got the bleed.
Let us hope to finish
Got the crit.
this quickly.
And I believe we got the extra bleed. Oh, yeah! We got enough stress on the on the flagellant to be able to remove it. Woohoo! It's exactly what we wanted. Although now I'm double stealthed, so even if I used more, I wouldn't be able to be targeted. And I'm gonna leave the combo token on the Evangelist in the front line here. Set up Vulnerability Hex. Nice. Noting that I might be able to actually stun them, and we do, if I held off like that. They have 2 worship tokens, though. What does an Evangelist do with worship tokens?
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
Yeah, they have a bunch of ways of gaining Cosmic Force tokens, but they don't seem to have a way of using any of them. Strangely. Deacon does have death blow resistance, so...
The unrelenting application of violence yields morbid gains.
Hit him! Solid days. Raises wit to set up for a big old solo, maybe? Or not. Weird reconstruction for 56 out of a total 98 possible as well. That seems better. There we go. Enemy's now stunned. What do you think about... Oh. I see. You don't think much anymore.
Though unpleasant in the extreme, this work is noble and necessary.
Alright, Victor appropriately expended resources there. There is a second one coming up. Great, okay. Just making absolutely sure that I remember these correctly. There we go. More Ica bombs for Victor. This doesn't have a... Mean Man. What's his name? Exemplar, right? It does not. I'm gonna throw the Echo Bomb at the back line. Oh, it managed to hit. And also removed the dodge there. So now we've got a huge mess of blight on that target. Face Your Confessions is thrown out for some horror on our back line. We can follow up with some sky slapping.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I'm gonna try and move... Actually, no, I'm a Thunderclap Grenade. And that moved the Evangelist. Or rather, it moved the Cherub more, I guess. And now I'm going to try and move the Evangelist back. Nice! In having managed to do so... Never mind, I was about to say I've invalidated the attack of the Evangelist, but unfortunately, they managed to move regardless. Legitimately, if I throw out a Finale, I can prevent the Cherub from getting another action, whereas a Finale against any of the other targets on board at the period of time wouldn't have significantly affected the outcomes. Did I bellow last round? No, I didn't. Great. So I still have bellow available.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
So I can remove the crit token with that. Hugely effective to have managed to move them out of position there. Definitely time to start using things like otherworldly fragments. Weakening curse. Yeah. Let's remove the strength token from that evangelist, as well as give them a weaken token instead. Got dodge plus dodge. If you hit me, I will be furious about it. Not realistically, within the bounds of fair play still. Oh, I should have thrown out the otherworldly there. Oops. Hey! Not only did we manage to move them into a much better position, we also stunned them. So that's like 2 free rounds we just got to buy ourselves there. And also, we get to use Harvest optimally. Oh, that's enough of the Evangelists in the backline to be hitting the ground by themselves here. Let's see if I can stun. Nice. Inspiring tune for the 3 stress removal, and now everyone's very comfortable. Ah, I see. You worship to heal. But really don't seem to be over the moon about your results there. No extra death blow resistance on the Evangelist means it's only Cardinal focused now. Vulnerability for the sake of the damage.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Now let's do damage for the sake of the damage. Love it. Ballard is our backliner, so Harvest is not actually particularly helpful here. Alright. I think we're good. That'll do it. Let's go to the final fight. So I can change my party setup for this. Tristan, you want to hold Pustule Salves, I think. Victor, you wanted to hold Ethereal Dust to clear your cooldowns. Willow, you wanted to hold the Crow's Feet to throw 3 of them out in early rounds. Ballard, you wanted to have Shimmering Powder so that if you gained a crit token after using a cursing skill, it wouldn't automatically then be available for the final enemy to take off of me. In terms of combat abilities, I don't believe I was going to change any of these. No, I wasn't. Great. Due diligence is worth doing there. The kinds of things that I might catch in that situation then become, you know, broad, reliable heuristics for me in the future.
Behold, the source of the stain, gateway to incomprehensible emptiness.
I'm ready. Oh, I taunted immediately! Yes! More. Only attack me. 3 taunts. Ooh, no! Stealth! Ah! I'm going to roll Defender on our Jester to... Oh, wow. Never mind. The enemies don't care about stealth, apparently. Oh, well, that's joyous. That'll make my life a lot easier. Oh, unfortunately, only one target got the big bleed. Yep, I'm gonna use Ethereal Dust and Taunt again. More. Only attack me. Great. There's an event. So is it just one event per round and then the rest of them glower? Or glare, I guess?
Weaken them, that another may finish the work.
Ooh, two of them are set up to die to their bleeds on their own turn. That's so good. Very action efficient. Legitimately, I have one taunt. I think I'm already well served.
Empowered, emboldened.
I think I really wish I knew how old the guard was and whether it was gonna disappear soon, because I act, or would be acting significantly different based on that information. But here, I just have to replenish it just in case. There's the events.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end. Stupendous!
Beautiful. Stole a turn from that character by having them die to the DOT.
Excellent work.
Stun resistance is very low. Great, so they both die to a DOT at the start of their turns. Yeah. We've got 3 seen on the same character. Victor just has to manually move back forward there. Oh god. This is all really bad. I feel like I'm about to reveal one or more of my characters here. I'm gonna go for the one that I have a possibility of killing and possibility of the blind on the other one preventing an action. Observe failed! Oh! It's so big.
Obsessions on
Yes!
focus will fall.
Yes. Get dodge. Yeah, unfortunately, we're capable of beholding another target there, and they've gained some block tokens as a result. Limerence comes out, dealing some damage. I do have a crit token up here in the back line. Gotta be Shimmering Powder on myself. And yeah. Vulnerability Hex to remove the enemy's block tokens there. Another Limerence comes out. Don't think the damage from Rampart's especially important. Apply to attacker when crit combo, and apply on crit, copy all positive tokens. I don't think stand fast right now makes sense when I have so many block tokens already. But it also refreshes them, so we'll have new block tokens, I guess. And we'll have an additional one coming in each round. I mean, bellowing for the sake of... I will always have crit removal if I need it on someone. Let's bellow. For the sake of the lowest speed on the target and the dodge on Willow, especially. I can't use my final Crow's Foot because then I won't have any serrated items anymore, so... Now it's time for bleeding. It looks like that Behold tried to target the backline Ballard, but could not reach them because they were stealthed. Oh, stealth 2 still. Interesting. Try and weaken the target. I can set up combo on the target. Nice. Set up combo. I feel like I want to use more when I'm actually going to be healing from it more. Yeah, my damage feels really, really bad right now. Thankfully, the target that you crit with that did not have any tokens for you to steal. Same again. Nice try. That's what the dodge is for. Alright, time for more. Give me more, give me more. Set up combo and vulnerability on the enemy seems appropriate here. I'll also Shimmering Powder myself. Oh, nice! I've got a crit token that you can't take. The enemy theoretically could be stunned, but realistically can't be stunned. We'll all stand fast for some defense. Annoyingly, the enemy did crit there. I want to give Victor Toxic, so I do want them to ultimately take enough damage. That said, I don't want to actually use my Inspiring Tune if I can avoid it, because currently, Willow's bleeds are a majority of my damage.
Sweat-soaked brows, unsteady stances. Exhaustion takes
The
hold.
hell? Rude. How rude is this, actually? I could have sworn I took more hits than 2 over the course of that time. Not really sure what the game was doing there. Interesting. Well, let's add some vulnerability to the enemy. Good thing we dodged. Let's throw a pustule sow backwards. With some hell. Roll Defender again to keep Willow comfy.
The fiend's strength.
Good bleed. Managed to hit the extra fishman's bleed too. Oh, dazed. Dazed and confused. About to break. Let's hit the weakening curse for weakness and the combo as well.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
I'm gonna use hold the line to get back into the frontline position as well as stack and immobilize. I feel like I should prevent the... because I don't want them to get anywhere near death's door if I can avoid it, but...
that drive back the darkness.
The flagellant is going there with toxic anyway. It's time to say more.
Fight through the fatigue. A slow dissection.
That was a very small heal to ultimately get out of all of that. $16 damage guaranteed from the Abyssal Artillery instead, with the Strength token and the Crit token. I think I should spend both of those together there. Let's also try and get the Flagellant to a much more respectful health position. I'm gonna need all of the excess damage I have access to here. The heck? Enemy rolled suppress there, managed to hit a decent amount of blind tokens on my team. Quite frustratingly. It's fine, but also, how dare you? They also managed to pick up a couple of dodge tokens themselves. Looks like suppress also steals positive tokens, annoyingly. Oh no! You can't behold that one! I was guarding that! I would have guarded it again if I'd remembered appropriately, but I did. Okay, so while we're toxic, what's happening? Show me toxic. Applies 2 blight to attackers when hit per toxic token. Got it. I understand. It's time to roll more. Please only hit me. Let's use Demon's Pull here to possibly set up the combo on the target as well as remove their blindness. There goes the Limerence. Stand fast, time. You need some block. Finale would be a huge amount of damage here. Even despite the weaken token that I have.
Excellent work.
Crit for 50. That's a solid finale if I've ever seen one. Yes, yes, there's another Limerence. Yeah, Limerence doesn't trigger pain, I don't think. Yes! Toxic, toxic, toxic! It's so good. You know nothing of devotion. Rudely moved backwards. I was gonna just sepsis the enemy and win. Alas. Let's use the sky slaps to take the focus fault out here.
Obsession blinded you to your blessings and smothered you in a fever dream of dissatisfaction.
Obsession purged.
At last, the veil begins to lift.
Beautiful. I'm pretty damn proud of that run. It felt like we had way too much damage at the very start of the run, and then by the end of the run it felt like we didn't have any damage in the entire party at all. But due to the knowledge that we had of enemies' attack patterns and the sustainability of our general team, it didn't matter. We had enough time. For the moment! My name is Rhapsody, the name of the game to me in Darkest Dungeon 2. That has been our second completion of the third chapter, Obsession. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a top list, playlist with all of my content on the game past, present, and future in the top left. YouTube recommendation down below, and stream class of the names of the people who generously support me on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And a special thanks to this episode to Tyler. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Hopefully see you next time. I think I got it.